And then not only that, it's better that they didn't, because now on the other side of the situation that we're in now is this dock is so close to opening, but he has no power.
Welcome to Dental Construction Insider, the podcast you need if you're a dentist and wanting to open up your own practice. I'm your host, Tommy, and I'm with Veronica, co-founder of 26 Dental Builders. And today we're talking about delays before you start. We're talking about things that happen when you're in construction that cause delays. I mean, this could be a 2-day podcast.
We have 20 minutes, okay?
We're going to make this a fast 20 minutes because Veronica does not like to go on too long.
No.
So,
one of the major delays is when they're building your shell,
yeah.
okay?
Yep.
The three major things is electric, plumbing, and the mechanical, depending if you're going to go with gas or...
So it's all the infrastructure.
Yeah.
There's all the utilities you have to bring in to be able to support the building, right? Sewer, gas, and water?
We have 3 projects right now. One has been on hold for, I guess, going on a year and a half.
Yeah.
Because there's no electricity to the shell. The other one is on hold because...
They're bringing transmission lines to the shell. Sewer, gas, water, power.
And as soon as they were ready to go, there was a big storm. They knocked down some trees that they just planted.
Yeah.
Planted, and some awnings. So that's been delayed.
Yeah.
And then the third one is this poor doc is almost done with his construction. I think he's maybe like a month out.
Yes.
Less than a month?
He could be a month out or less because the contractor slowed down because there's no power to the shell.
And that's due to the engineers of the shell.
Yeah.
It has nothing to do with the contractor that he's using now. It has nothing to do with the electrician that's being used now. This is prior issues to him even leasing the space.
Yeah, it's something we talked about early on. So let's start with the one that they're getting the transmission lines to the space. So this one has been about a year
and a half,
and it's funny because these both have to do with power. So they got sewer, water, gas there, and they that all goes in underground beforehand. The power is going to come from overhead in this case. But the transmission lines weren't brought, and this is a municipality that has several different utilities. Now, here in San Antonio, we have one.
We only have one.
We have one. CPS Energy. That's all you get. In Dallas, Houston, other places, you have multiple. You get to pick and choose the utility company. Whoever's got the best rates, right? It's like a cell phone carrier, right?
Yeah.
You can go Verizon, AT&T,
right.
go T-Mobile.
We just talked about that.
You're going to go Cricket.
About having multiple options.
Yes. Yeah. No kidding, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So, so this area has multiple, but they didn't have anything because, everybody's going kind of rural. They're kind of going out, suburbs, right? Not really inside the inner city. And so it's taking forever to get it. And the building is... there.
Everything is there. Like signage is there.
Yeah.
The parking lot's there.
The
shell's there.
Yeah.
Everything is there. And I don't blame the contractor. They don't want to start because there's no electrical.
Yeah, I can't blame them. There's no power. You can't run things off generators. By the time it's too expensive. It's noisy. It's not safe because sometimes they run those damn things in this space. Because you got voltage drop, you can't have them too far out. I mean, it's all kinds of reasons.
Yeah, if you do start, then you start damaging the walls because it gets too hot or humid.
Yeah.
There's no climate control, so...
Yeah, so they don't want to start because of, and so I don't blame them at all. And the doc is understanding about that. Nobody started in this space. No. One guy started to, but then he got ran off because then the city was like, no, you can't start in here. There's no
electrical.
There's no power, but there's also no C of O for the shell, which is odd because normally you can kind of start a little bit early and pick up some time, so that way the shell may not be completely finished. It may not have a C of O, but you're able to start on the interior And so that around the same time those things line up together, boom.
That's like the perfect
shell.
Yeah.
It's like shell CFO, and then like boom, you're CFO, and then you're ready to open the doors instead of waiting for the shell permit to go, and then you're kind of like, oh, okay, now I can start, and then you're starting that whole journey. I mean, right? Yeah. So, but in this case, they wouldn't allow it for I don't know what the reason. For
whatever reason, yeah.
So, and it's probably better that they didn't because they're bringing transmission lines.
Well, and then not only that, it's better that they didn't because now on the other side of the situation that we're in now is this dock is so close to opening, but he has no power.
Okay, so we're bringing that one into here in San Antonio.
Yep.
One utility company, no options.
Yeah.
It's like what I was ranting about before in another podcast. I don't know if it's come out or it's already or it's coming out, but you got no options. You got one. In this case, you have one choice, one utility company. You don't have options, so you have to go with whatever they say.
They can do what they please.
Whatever they say, whatever it costs, however long it's going to take, however they want it, you're stuck. Right? You're stuck. So we had a meeting early on about the power, and with the contractor, we had a pre-construction meeting. We all talked about that. There was an orthodontist clinic at the end of the space that was at that time was probably about 70% done.
Yeah.
Right. And we were talking at our space. We're doing our pre-construction walk, so it was, just bare bones, completely empty, ready for construction. And so there's actually a project series on that one that's going to be coming out.
Yes.
So it's pretty far along now. I mean, it's ready for power right now.
Oh, it was ready for power. Yeah.
Yeah, it's ready for power. It's ready for shell power right now, so we can get our space. I mean, everything has gotten inspected. Everything's gotten approved by all the trades and the framers and stuff on our space. So if the shell had power, we could get it. Well, when we were like, something's going on here. So you guys know our background. So we're like, let's go kind of look around here and see what this one looks like. So we went out back and we looked at the service and we're like, something doesn't seem right here. So we kept looking, and then I realized that my nephew was on that job. We're family electricians, right?
Yep.
So I got my nephew out there, and he was looking. I was like, "Hey, doesn't this seem odd to you?" And he was like, "Yeah, we talked about that a while back. We talked about the shop, in our meetings and stuff." I'm like, "I don't think that can go there. I mean, I haven't ever seen that like that before." And he goes, "No. What happened was that it was built by the riser room with all the riser equipment coming out." So I'm like, water and electric don't mix. That's like a basic principle that you guys can understand and relate to, right?
Not only that is, your fire department needs a lot of room to work in.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, a lot.
Yeah.
And to have all your bus...
Yeah, the bus gutter.
And all these... all your meters in the same spot as your water right connection. It's like, come on.
It's between suite 200 and 300. Right there's the little inlet nozzles. Like, what?
Oh my gosh.
I don't know how that got even approved or why they thought that was going to be okay or why. I mean, so in essence, there's quite a few inspections that happen before you get shell power, right? Yeah. And one of them here in San Antonio and in most cities all over, or even counties or co-ops, you're going to have the utility come out and they're going to want to have it done their way because they're providing the service. So they're going to come out and they're going to look and they're going to check to see, right? Like, okay, you're following our code book. There's the national code book, but there's their code book and there's also local code book, but they follow their code book as utility, saying this is how we want the meter and the trough and the gutter and the CTs and all that stuff set. And they'll draw that out, basic how you do it. Then you can provide them a one-line diagram, what it's called, and then they get that, approved. Mm-hmm. And then you build it, right? Well, somebody just freaking built it, according to a picture or something that wasn't approved by anybody. Well, CPS came out there to do their check, because it all comes down to fee. You pay the fee, blah, blah, blah. Well, they paid the fee. They came out like, okay, before we send the team to hook up and run the cable, we're going to come check. They're like, nah, somebody
didn't do their
due diligence,
or I don't even know why the city would even approve it. Like, who?
There's a lot of people that I went by.
Yeah, exactly.
It's one of those things, a perfect storm where it goes by all the people that it's supposed to be checked and approved by and inspected
And nobody
by.
saw it.
And or they just didn't say anything. I mean, I
They
don't know
get
how you
compliant
miss that.
and
Yeah,
they
they're
don't-
like,
yeah.
oh yeah, it looks good.
Whatever.
Looks good, but the city the utility that's actually going to connect the service and run the cable before they run any copper, they're going to check. That stuff's expensive.
Yep.
So they're not going to just run copper. So they came out to do their check. They're like, that's not approved here. Who approved that? Why would that be there? And
So
it's been
now,
6 months of that
Yeah.
since we've been on the job, and I don't understand why. Well, okay, first of all, the poor orthodontics on the corner.
Yeah.
That guy didn't have anybody like us to have asked these questions beforehand. But as soon as we saw this, we started asking these questions. We asked where the meter was. It's not where they told us it was going to go. Then when we saw the meter, like, whoa, it wasn't supposed to be there. Why is it there? And then we're like, oh man, is this, oh my God. So it had, had we been on with the orthodontist, we would have fixed this for this actual
Oh, yeah.
office that's going to open but we didn't, we weren't able to get ahead of that. We weren't able to push buttons. We've been pushing the landlord. We've been pushing CPS. We've been pushing the landlord's electrician. We've been on everybody's case to get this.
And that poor
done.
orthodontist stopped almost a year ago.
It's been almost a year ago. So you look in his windows, it looks like he's almost ready to open.
It's been 10 months,
But
yeah.
except there's no power in there. So guess what happens to all your finishes
Yep.
when there's no power? Your ceiling tiles, your laminate,
Everything
your
starts warping,
LVT.
starts lifting up, yeah.
Not
It
good.
damages
your ceiling
everything.
tiles,
Yeah.
your ceiling tiles.
Yeah.
I mean, so needless to say, there's, you can't have computers or anything in there because
No,
those run
it's
at
too
different
hot.
operating temperatures. We all know that. You look at back your monitor computer and it's gotta have an operating temperature on there. So, yeah, so this office is, we're getting ready to stop. It's getting ready to stop
Yep.
while we get the meter loop rebuilt. Well, first we've come to find out here recently that they have to get a new one-line diagram, and then they have to approve that, and then they have to go through the process of actually.
Moving everything that's coming in from underground. So
Yeah.
everything is under the concrete. And they have to move that to another wall.
Yeah, and we've been screaming this since we saw it because we knew that was a problem, and it's finally
We're not screaming loud enough.
Well, finally they made it uncle. They were just trying to get
did.
it. They thought they threw enough money at it at the city, they would get it approved, but the landlord didn't have enough money to do that. And so we knew that we just was like trying to get it fixed. We're not trying to be right. We're just trying to get it fixed so we can
Right.
move on. We're not going to do touchdown dances to get pats on the back. We're just trying to do our job because, at the end of the day, that's better than, a pat on the back and, a touchdown dance. What, right? Those are reviews. We call those reviews.
Yeah.
We love reviews. Anyway, those are two cases. There's some others with like people changing things or revising things as we're going on, and it's causing delays and it's making people stop. And when that happens early on, people really get frustrated, especially the contractor, because we can make red lines in the during the process. We mark the plans as built plans, what we call them, during the process. But sometimes when a doc changes things around too much, or they change things, and I get it. This is your office. You're paying hundreds of thousands for this office, and you want it your way, which is fine. Except we can make some of these changes by hand in the field instead of actually having the architect draw up like a whole new set of plans is exactly the way it was. Because at the end of the day, those aren't going to matter. Nobody's going to look at them. So
Yeah, and that takes time.
it takes time.
Anytime you change a plan, you get behind the line.
Yeah, and we're trying to mitigate that because what's going to happen is that subcontractors are just going to stop coming for a while
Right.
and say, "Look, get all that stuff straightened out, and we'll come when you have everything done."
Because they have other jobs.
Yes, and they're not. I know you guys are a matter of like right here, like millimeters,
4 inches.
millimeters. And this is a matter of feet. Like this is like feet,
Yeah.
yards, right? and the build. So sometimes things just aren't exactly where they need to be, but at the end of the day, they're going to be where they're supposed to be, and nobody's the wiser, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, I know. I'm trying to get ahead of that because the contractor will, they'll keep coming because they're getting paid, but the subcontractor like, man, I'm just going to stop. I'm losing too much money coming back and forth because I keep changing things.
Yeah.
Or they'll start they'll start teaching you lessons by change ordering, and those are hard for us to control or to get stopped because you're changing it.
Right.
And we're telling you like, oh, and you know what? Forget it. Let's go back to 1. We're at 3, but let's go back to 1. Because, it didn't come out the way I thought it was.
And you just if you're going from 3 to 1, you just cost yourself like what, 2, 4, 6 weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah, you should just stayed with what you had.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay, well, if y'all have any questions, comments, or concerns, let us know and we'll answer them.
Yep. Sounds good. We'll see you guys in the next one.
All right.